Hi YouTube, hi VC, it's Rob here with another video, and this video is a response to Vinyl Dale, Simon, who a couple of days ago showed 45 45s. So I thought I'd jump in on this thread. I've got a couple of thousand 7-inch singles, but I'm going to do this video that I'm only going to show 7-inch singles since the year 2000. So I have probably about 250. So I've been through them and picked a few out to show. So you better strap yourselves in, because that's what 45 singles looks like, but we'll try and be as quick as we can. So first one I want to show is by Oasis, and Stop Crying Your Heart Out, from 2002, from the Heath and Chemistry album. I do have about 12 Oasis singles. Like I say, this was a number 2 back in the early 2000s. In the mid 2000s, well, I went through a phase of buying a lot of 7-inch singles. There was a HMV that opened in Oldham, and I used to call in there every Friday and just pick singles up for, you know, £1 or £2. They were always on quite good offers. So in the mid 2000s, the Kaiser Chiefs were pretty popular in the UK, and this single, I Predict a Riot. So I'm not sure whether they had much success in America, but after a really good appearance at Glastonbury, they were pretty successful. In about 2006, the Arctic Monkeys came from nowhere really, and this single, When the Sun Goes Down, pretty sure this was a number 1. There's the label. I've got a picture disc to show you, the Yeah 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 song by the Flaming Lips. Don't have that many picture discs, but that's a nice one. I'm not sure when this came out, maybe about 15 years ago. The Rolling Stones brought this version of Sympathy for the Devil. Plays at 33, and it's on nice red vinyl, so that's a really nice one. And from America, a number 2 hit, from 2002, I think, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and By the Way. I've seen the Chili Peppers live, really liked them during this period. Echo and the Bunnymen and Stormy Weather. So I think this one's from 2005, and it's off this album, Siberia. And this album is being reissued in October, along with another album, Flowers. So maybe worth checking out. Siberia is a really good album, and that's the lead-off track, Stormy Weather. I do have quite a few Gorillaz singles. So Kids with Guns wasn't a big hit, number 27, but from the album Demon Days. So the Gorillaz. One of my favourite Scottish bands are Travis, and this double EP, Selfish Gene. So 2 for the price of 1, and they do a cover version of Squeeze's Pulling Muscles from the Shell. So they've got their own individual jackets, which is nice, and on red vinyl as well. From America, from 2006, The Strokes and Juicebox. I do like The Strokes. And another really good Scottish band, Belle and Sebastian, and I'm a Cuckoo. There's the label on that one. But still staying in Scotland actually, with Katie Tunstall and The Other Side of the World. So Katie Tunstall, this comes with a Nice jacket. Very talented, very attractive. Katie Tunstall. And it's on like a purple vinyl. So that's another nice one. I'm really glad that sort of at the beginning of the 2000s, HMV opened in Oldham, because it just gave me the opportunity to just call in and just pick singles up for a good price. And looking back now, really glad I've got them. So the Happy Mondays here with Playground Superstar, and Doves from Manchester. It's a limited. And Snowden from Manchester again. One of my favourite bands, Elbow. One Day Like This. And again, Glastonbury around 2008. Elbow put on a magnificent performance, and their career really sort of took off from then. It's nice to show these 7-inch singles, sort of get the opportunity to show them, because predominantly in the VC it's albums, and also it's pretty unusual to see singles from the 2000s. So in 2005, 2006 there were a band that I have really got into, and it was Hard-Fi. So they had a #1 album that stayed in the charts for over a year, stars on CCTV, and it had 5 top 10 singles. And this is 5 top 20 singles. Living for the Weekend was one of them, and they just disappeared. Like I say, I saw them in Sheffield and Manchester, and they were great live, but after that album they just couldn't pick up the momentum. They were from Staines, which is sort of just outside London. The Last Shadow Puppets, and The Art of Understatement. So The Last Shadow Puppets, Miles Kane and Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys. Bad Day by R.E.M. So this was like a promotional single for the sort of that greatest hits album that everybody has, really. I do like R.E.M. I like later R.E.M. I like early R.E.M. One of my favourite Liverpool bands are The Coral. This is such a great single, which only reached number 44 in the charts. Jacqueline from 2007. But if you're not aware of The Coral, I'm not sure, in Europe, in America, sort of psychedelic, jangly guitars, really good songs, well worth checking out The Coral. So there's the label. From Brighton, The Kooks, was top 5 hit from about 2006, Naive. So this comes on a gatefold as well. It's on clear vinyl. One of my favourite bands of the last 20 years. I've spoke about them before. Twang, and this top 10 single, Either Way, from 2007. Saw the Twang in 2011. Just a great band, really worth checking out. Embrace from Huddersfield, and which is about 15 miles from me over in Yorkshire. And this single, Gravity, on red vinyl, which was written by Chris Martin of Coldplay. Another band in the mid-2000s. There were a lot of bands around that period that I really got into, and one of them was The Enemy, who also had a #1 album. And this song is About You. The Enemy were from Coventry, and this one's on clear vinyl as well. Well, no, it's actually on white vinyl. Another band from Liverpool who made no impression on the charts, but I'm not sure how I heard them, but I really, really liked the Dead 60s, sort of ska indie. And this track, The Ghostface Killer, is on this album. If you ever see this album knocking around, the Dead 60s, I really recommend it. Oh, it's on fluorescent green vinyl. So yeah, Dead 60s. And this is a Record Store Day release. Morrissey and All the Young People Must Fall in Love. I actually received this as VCLT from Cameron Rhodes, who I've met a couple of times actually, who lives in Wakefield. Franz Ferdinand from Scotland, and Know Your Girls. So yeah, another good single by Franz Ferdinand. And New Order with Waiting for the Siren's Call, and this has got Bizarre Love Triangle on the B-side. So this comes in a nice black case. There's a label. One of the biggest selling artists of the last 10 years is Adele, and I think this was a debut single, Chasing Rainbows. Show the label on that one. And the Stereophonics with this #1 track, Dakota. This one's on red vinyl. And another band who I was into in the mid-2000s was Snow Patrol. And this track is Chocolate. It comes on this sort of orangey, chocolatey vinyl. From Newport, Feeder. So Feeder again in the mid-2000s, pretty successful. This track, Find the Colour, on white vinyl. Best Band in Oldham, Inspiral Carpets, and Come Back Tomorrow. So the Inspirals had a little bit of a comeback in the mid-2000s. Played some gigs and released this single, which is a really good one. A band who are very successful in the UK, particularly in Manchester. They sell out the arena quite easily, but I'm not sure whether people in America are aware of the Cortinas. This great single, Not 19 Forever. So yeah, the Cortinas, sort of anthems, indie, pretty decent, worth checking out. The Manchester band. And from Sheffield, Reverend and the Makers. This great single, Heavyweight Champion of the World. Not many more to go. We've got Badly Drawn Boy and All Possibilities from the album Have You Fed the Fish, which is a really good album. Nice jacket on that one as well. And it's got a nice label with it. So yeah, seen Badly Drawn Boy, excellent if you ever get the chance. From Wigan, Star Sailor. So Star Sailor had quite a little bit of success in the mid noughties. This track this time. I think it's from the album In the Crossfire. It comes on nice green vinyl. The Magic Numbers, another sort of really good band from the mid-noughties. I'm not sure how successful they were in Europe. This track, Love's a Game. Two guys, two girls. I'm not sure on the relationship. Didn't do my research. Of course, I've got quite a few Paul Weller singles, and this one is on pink vinyl. Bit of splatter on it. Come On, Let's Go. A very sort of jam-like track from a really good album, As Is Now. Richard Ashcroft, lead singer with The Verve. This track, Science of Silence, which comes from an excellent album called Check the Meaning, which I'd love to see released on vinyl. Waiting for that one. Manic Street Preachers and Your Love Is Not Enough. As you can see, this one only cost me 99p. The Charlatans from just outside Manchester, and Up at the Lake from the album Up at the Lake from, I think it's 2004. There's a label on that one. From Leeds, the Pigeon Detectives. So we don't see the Pigeon Detectives very often in the VC. This great single, I'm Not Sorry, from their debut album. Very successful band from the mid-noughties was Keane. This track, This Is the Last Time. Yeah, don't mind Keane. 2 to Go and the Libertines, and What Became of the Likely Lads and What Became of the Libertines. And finally, a bit of a double up, Paul Weller and Andy Lewis, and Are You Trying to Be Lonely? This one's worth a few quid. So it's a really good single as well. I'll show the label on this one. There we go. So 45s. Hope you enjoy my video. If you've got any comments about what I showed, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching my video, and bye for now.